the thrill of starting a brand new theater, never being a part of anything like that before, coming fresh out of college. It was kind of exciting to be like, here you go, here's this new space. Time for you to be our resident stage manager and do your thing.
The production that was the most challenging to produce this season was probably Next to Normal, only because it's a very big show. It's got, kind of heavy subject matter. It was our first show in this space. We were really trying to figure out how to utilize this space, how the staff worked in this space, what the audience was going to expect from us.
We had all new musicians, we had new actors, we had a new space, we had a new sound system that had to get right. We had all the kinks that we had to work out, and each night was extremely exciting in that fashion.
The most challenging scenic creation this year was actually probably Private Lives. To go from two completely separate locations, we don't have anywhere to hide scenery in here, so the set kind of had to morph itself into two very, very different locations.
The most challenging production for me to perform in as an actor would probably be the last 5 years, for a couple of reasons. One, it is musically extraordinarily difficult. The music is written with all kinds of time signature changes and key changes, and the songs have almost no structure. There's no chorus of any of those songs, so just learning the material was really challenging, and also performing the material was very challenging because I almost never had a scene partner that was live and in the flesh. I had to imagine my scene partner through the whole process.
My favorite production from season 1 has to be Next to Normal. I'm a little biased on that one, but it was one of my favorite musicals, and it kind of changed my life a little bit. I stayed there for one show, and now I work here.
Private Lives, because it was hilarious, and I'd done like a good comedy.
My favorite production from season 1 was probably the set that we're sitting on right now, Proof. It definitely holds a special place in my heart, I guess, because it was the first play that I saw on Broadway.
I really loved working on Proof because I feel the most comfortable with plays. I think some of our patrons might be surprised about that since I was in 2 of the musicals this season, but plays are kind of my meat and potatoes in a way, and I love family drama. It's one of my favorite things to do.
What was my favorite production from season 1? That's a challenging question for me to answer because 3 of the 4 shows were mine, and I think every director thinks of every production they do as a little bit their child. So it's a little bit like picking your favorite child, and each one was exciting in their own way. Private Lives had been a lifelong dream of mine. It's a show I'd wanted to direct since I was a teenager, and I was really able to assemble a pretty amazing production team and cast for that show. The last 5 years was a revisit for me. It was a show that I had directed once before, ironically 5 years ago, but in a completely different configuration and a completely different approach. So it was exciting to return to something with fresh eyes. Proof was an amalgamation of sort of my life's work. 2 of the actors in it are longtime friends of mine, Whitney and Jill, whom I met on the same day within 1 hour of each other 17 years ago. I saw Whitney play the very same part that she's playing in college. So it was kind of a culmination of my professional life here and my educational life several decades ago. So each one was as exciting experience as it could possibly be for me personally.